Hello everyone. It's lovely to be with you in spirit, and I'm very sorry I can't be with you, but I will never forget 32 years ago. It's very memorable for me. At that time the church was hiring a room above the casino in Chinatown, and somebody had realized that the Chinese children coming from China were going to English schools learning English, but they were forgetting how to read and write in Chinese. So it was arranged for a little class to start to teach them and remind them. So we said, oh, that's a good plan. It was Sunday afternoon, that was the best time for everybody. So we can invite the parents to come and stay for a Christian service. So the first week went very well. We had 12 people there. 3 or 4 were already believers. But at the end of this first week, my husband said, well, I'm sorry, I've forced some of you people to come, but you can bring your children, leave them here, go and do your shopping, and then come and pick them back up at the end. So the next week there were just 5 people there. But slowly and gradually people wanted to come as they learned more and more about Jesus. And the numbers slowly, gradually grew till we had about 30 coming most weeks. This week in our English service, we were given a lovely illustration of what it means to really trust the Lord. And I've known a verse from childhood in the book of Proverbs that tells us to trust the Lord with all our heart and not depend on our own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. It's those little words, all, that are so very challenging, because most of us who belong to God's family, we do trust the Lord. We trust the Lord to save us, but do we trust Him with all our hearts? Do we seek His will in all we do? I think probably for most of us, we do trust with some of our heart, but not with all. And that's what He wants from each of us. On this past Sunday in our church, we were reminded of the famous tightrope walker. His name was Blondel, lived over 100 years ago and became very famous as he had a rope thrown across over the Niagara Falls, and he walked on a tightrope across. The people, of course, applauded him. It was wonderful. But then he wheeled a wheelbarrow over, and he chatted with the crowd afterwards and said, you watched me do this. Do you really believe I could push a person in the wheelbarrow? They said, oh yes, of course, we believe. So he said, well, who'd like to get into the wheelbarrow? There was dead silence. Nobody moved. And it was a really good picture to me of what it means to really trust. When we've been Christians for a little while, we just take it for granted, don't we, that we're trusting the Lord. But are we really trusting Him? Are we putting our lives at His disposal? That's different from just partly trusting. So as you start another year, your 33rd year it'll be, won't it, of belonging to God's family, seeking to follow Him, Just remember that one little word, but used twice in these verses. All, trust the Lord with all your heart. And the other one, seek his will in all you do. So I leave that thought with you as a challenge for this coming year. And I hope you have a lovely time together today. Bye for now. Bye-bye.